One of the most important concepts of jury duty is not to discuss the case with anyone during the course of the trial until it's time to deliberate, and not even discuss it with your fellow jurors until the judge instructs you that it's time to deliberate. Once the deliberations have been completed and the jury has rendered its verdict, it is permissible to discuss this case with others. What I typically do is, after the jury has reached their verdict, I will go into the jury room, I'll thank each of them individually and present them with the certificate of service, and I answer any questions that they may have for me. I like the jurors to feel good about their service, and typically the questions I'll get is, they almost always want to know if I agree with their verdict. And as long as their verdict is based upon the evidence and the law, I always tell them I agree with their verdict, because I do. Things like numbers may differ, and after I'm done answering their preliminary questions and thanking them for their service and congratulating them, I tell them that they're free to discuss this with others. And I will tell you this, in every trial I've done, and I've done a lot of them, I get people who come up and thank me and tell me how they were reluctant to serve, but they're grateful that they had the opportunity, and they're just happy to have had the opportunity to serve on the jury and to meet their fellow jurors and to come to a conclusion, and sometimes a difficult case. And the attorneys, I will tell you, are they will typically wait because they'd like to speak to the jurors if they wish. I always tell the jurors, if you don't want to speak to the attorneys, just walk out of the courtroom and they won't bother you. But they're there, they're waiting, and they'd love to talk to you and hear your thoughts about the case. Win or lose, the attorneys like feedback, which is perfectly permissible, and then they can go home and tell their friends, family, and loved ones about their experience. And I also, not only do I tell them they're permitted to, I ask them to be ambassadors of goodwill and go back and tell their friends, hey, I went down hoping to get excused, but I'm so happy I had the opportunity to serve. And that's the feedback I get from almost every juror every time.